All right, guys, let's get into some NBA player props for Saturday, December 17th. We have a small slate of games today, not a lot to choose from, but we are going to try to give you guys some winners regardless. We went 4-3 last night. It's a winning night, but it's not what we want. We want the perfect. We want 5-2 or a perfect record. So we're going to try to get some better winners today. I'm going to start with Trey.
Yeah, I went 2-1 yesterday. Killian Hayes was the only one to let me down. I had him at 6.5 assists. He finished with 4, had 0 heading into halftime, so he tried his best to pay us out, but ultimately failed. I did hit on Tatum over points and Kyrie over points. Tatum was a little bit of a sweat, but he pulled through for us, and Kyrie Irving had that big game winner, and he scored over 30. So shout out Kyrie Irving. And the three plays I'm going to give you guys today. The first one is going to be Tyler Hero over points. Tyler Hero is on a roll right now, and we just got to keep on riding it until he falls off. And I'm not quite for sure when he is going to fall off because he is on fire. And if you look at it, it's at 21.5. And he scored 35 against the Thunder and 41 against the Rockets, two pretty bad defenses. And he goes up against another bad defense with the Spurs tonight. Spurs allow the most points per game and the highest three-point percentage per game. And Tyler Hero loves to shoot the three. He shot 32 threes the past 2 games, so I think he's still going to chuck them up, and 21.5 is too low. Jimmy Butler's not as big of a scorer anymore, and neither is Kyle Lowry. Bam Adebayo's never been much of a scorer. So I think Tyler Hero's going to keep riding the Heat's points, and I'm going to keep riding Tyler Hero until he falls off. And then my next play is going to be Zion Williamson over points. We just got to keep hammering this, especially since it's against the Suns. We all know that Zion's trying to dominate the Suns every outing. He scored 35 points in both games against them this year. And this kind of dates back to last season whenever they were kicking the Pelicans out of the playoffs and, Zion Williamson wasn't there and the Suns were stunting on him. And Zion says, I'm back. You got to deal with me now. Here's the 35 piece in both games. I think Zion's going to score 30 again this game. So I love the 28.5 points for Zion. My last play is going to be a PRA. It's going to be Kawhi Leonard at 30.5. I think this is pretty low for him, but we have seen him not hit this number besides one game out of his last 5. But he's gotten close in pretty much every single one of those games. He's still knocking off some rust. Paul George is questionable. We don't know if he's going to play or not. PrizePicks does not have any Paul George props, so they're not even sure. And if Paul George plays, that helps Kawhi because not as much defense sent his way. If he doesn't play, that still helps Kawhi because more shots for Kawhi. And if you look at it, Kawhi Leonard loves playing at home. The last 2 games at home, 34 PRAs. And he loves playing against the Wizards even more. The last 5 games against the Wizards, he's averaged 38.6 PRAs. So both those averages are over this number, so I love that. My 3 plays, Kawhi Leonard over 30.5, Zion Williamson over 28.5 points, and Tyler Hero over 21.5 points.
I love those, Trey. I love them. I'm going to go ahead and go next. I went 1-2 last night, moves me to 13-4 run. At this point, it's not a run because I had a losing night last night, but I like to keep track of my record that way. But last night, we won hard over threes in the first quarter, and then Jaden, Ivy, and Lillard failed me. Ivy had no chance. He fouled out with 19 minutes played, only played 3 minutes in the second half. And then, I don't know if you guys saw it, one of the weirdest and wildest coaching decisions I've ever seen. The Blazers coach pulled their starters with 7 minutes left remaining in the third quarter. Lillard had 21 to half, only played 5 minutes in the second half, ended with 24. They were only losing by 19. I don't know what the decision was. Maybe they weren't trying hard enough on defense, but everybody got pulled with 7 minutes, and the backups played the rest of the game. But
classic Chauncey Billups.
Yeah. It was bad. It was a bad deal. I was kind of mad about it, but we're moving on. I have 2 props for you guys today. My first prop is going to be CJ McCollum over 18.5 points against the Suns. The Suns have looked broken lately. Like Trey said, they finally got a win in their last game to break their losing skid. But the Pelicans have played the Suns 3 times this season, and CJ McCollum is averaging 21.5 points in those 3 games and taking an average of 20 shots in those games. In his last 5 games total, CJ shooting 18.6 shot attempts on 43% shooting. I don't care who you are. If you're giving me a point total that's under the amount of time you shoot per game, I'm taking the over on your points every single time. Law of averages in that one is just smart betting considered his volume of shooting. So give me CJ over 18.5 points. And then my second prop is going to be in the same game. It's going to be Devin Booker over 27.5 points.
Ooh, right next to each other.
This is not the smartest pick by myself. I'll admit that. But something has to give with Booker. He's a top player in the NBA, and his last 5 games have been the worst of the season so far for him. He's averaging 15.2 points per game in his last 5 games, but he's still shooting the ball a lot, and they have to fall eventually. His field goal percentage this year is 46.9%, and his last 5 games is 32.9. So I just think today is the day he turns this cold streak around from the field and get back to the Devin Booker we all know and love. He's going to score in bunches. DeAndre Ayton and Campaign are also out, so it's going to be the Devin Booker show tonight. I'll take his over 27.5 points against the Pelicans. And I just saw when Trey was scrolling, Damian Lillard's on the board right now. So
27.5. It's he said it at every game besides last night whenever he burned you.
Yeah, give me my boy again. Give me Lillard over 27.5 points again. I'll ride him again. He got screwed last night. I'll do it again. But those are my 3 props for tonight. Teats.
I was gonna say if you weren't gonna say anything about it, I was gonna take him. I am taking Damian Lillard for points, but it's not gonna be the one that I'm gonna give you guys. I'm giving you 2. I'm just gonna team ride with Damian Lillard. So yesterday, obviously, I wasn't on the video. I had to go to work early, but I wanted to make sure I gave you guys a banger, and I did. I gave you De'Aaron Fox over 32.5 PRAs, 33.5 PRAs. Either way, he got to 38, so that's a easy win, easy money. And I want to give you some more winners today. So I've got 2 for you. The first one that I'm looking at is Lauri Markkanen over his PRAs of 28.5. As you can see, he's hit this mark 5 of the last 5. The sketchy part about it is going to be that I think they have Giannis guarding him. So that's going to be kind of a difficult matchup for him, but someone on the Utah Jazz team has to score. I know Jordan Clarkson is going to love to, take the 3 balls and just chuck up shots, but I think Lauri Markkanen is actually going to be putting up points. And worst case scenario, if he is getting locked down by Giannis, he can always dish the ball for easy assists. Just in general, his last 5 games, he's averaging 23, 8, and 2. The points and rebounds alone get him over this mark. I think that it is going to be a rough matchup, but I think that he can definitely overcome that pretty easy. The other one is going to be another PRA, and it's actually Evan Mobley. His number is, I think, 26.5. There he is. Evan Mobley's actually done a really good job this year, and as you can see, he's hit this mark also 5 straight games. It's been pretty close the last 2. But Evan Mobley's kind of a dog. Over the last 5 games, he's averaging 17 points, 9 assists, or 9 rebounds, and 3 assists. I apologize. So he's basically averaging a double-double. And by that self, again, that puts him over that 26.5 mark. So I think that 26.5 is just going to be too low for his mark to be taking the under. I think that the over is a pretty safe bet, especially against this Dallas team.
Yeah, I mean, Dallas does not have anyone to throw at him. Maxi Kleba is just had surgery today or last week, and he's going to be out for the season more than likely. So who are they going to throw at him? JaVale McGee, Christian Wood. I don't like any of those players, so I love Evan Mobley.
I like that. 8 picks tonight. Let's try to go 8-0. I got a feeling. Let's go 8-0, 7-1. Let's be up there tonight.
Let's go.
That'll do it for our NBA Player Prop for December 17th. If you guys enjoyed the content, please make sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel below. We'll see you guys next video, and thanks for watching.